Hello everyone, I am Doodlemans86 and today I am going to be reviewing the pre-evolved Godzilla with Heat Ray from Playmates, the new Empire. So Playmates is making the toys for the new Empire and they have already released, and I found every 6-inch except Doug, who I am no luck finding. It's basically the GVK Godzilla in a new pose with some new paint, so let's see if this guy is worth picking up. Also, I accidentally threw out the box, so I'm not going to be going over the box, so let's just get straight to the figure. So here we have the Godzilla figure. I assume that this means we will get Godzilla before he evolves in the movie. It's great that we'll at least get to see this design one last time before he evolves. And I gotta say, this figure looks pretty nice. It's not anything new, because it is just the same figure in a new pose, but it does look very nice. So here we have the mouth, which is, well, he still has the same pretty face that only a mother could love. And we have all the scales and all the armor plating. The web spikes are very nice, and I like that they're proportionately shaped and do have a little bit of detail. As you can see, there are some lines and crevices going around down there. So that's very nice to see the centers all filled out. And his skin is very black. He's a very shiny black, similar to the last Heat Ray Godzilla. And you have the rubbery arms, which is very nice to see return. And we have the front piece, which does have battle damage, which is interesting because only this guy has battle damage. So I wonder why they didn't continue it with the rest of the line, but it is the same thing. The sculpted work is very nice. I like the fleshy red they use. It looks so gruesome. I love it. But why didn't they include this with any of the other figures? It doesn't bother me, but it's just something interesting to see. So we have the legs. You can see they're already pre-posed, so you gotta have this one in front, this one a little back. Very nice detail work. And the nails are brown, which is great to see. So there is some paint going on. And the spines are similar to the movie Monster series, where they are black with a blue center. So here we have the tail, which also looks really great, and I like the spine work. It's very nice. The frosted blue is great, and I like that they almost continued it to the tip of the tail. But yeah, the detail and work is very nice. I absolutely adore the tail. It's great. So overall, the sculpt and paint is pretty good. And just like the evolved Godzilla, the articulation is basically the same thing. Basically the same thing as the last Godzilla from the last line too. We have the rubber jaw hinge. The shoulders are on a swivel that go 360. The legs are also on a swivel, sort of limited though because of the sculpt. The ankles are on a very nice swivel that go all the way, and the tail is on a ball joint. Very nice tail too. I actually really like this tail. Or maybe it's just because of the position. I just like the way it looks. But overall, great articulation. He moves pretty nice. Here he is next to Radio Tower Godzilla, and I thought it was the same blue, but as you can see on camera, it's clearly not. The Radio Tower Godzilla has like a deeper blue, while the new one has a lot lighter. More like a baby blue sort of color grading, you know? So yeah, there's these guys together. Very nice. I like the contrast between the two designs, you know, the black and the blue. Very nice looking Godzilla. Here we have the Heat Ray Godzilla, or I guess they could both technically be considered Heat Rays. I'm sad they didn't bring the gray dry brushing back from this guy, but I still like the new one. I'm also kind of sad they didn't reproduce the translucent spines, but I'm assuming that's because one Godzilla had to be non-translucent and the other could, similar to the Godzilla vs. Kong line where this guy was translucent. So between the two, I guess I would have liked evolved Godzilla to have the clear spines, but yeah, here they are together looking very nice. And here is evolved Godzilla next to him. Very big difference, as you can see. Different skin color, the spines are different, the eyes are different, the whole body is different. Everything about this new design is going to change the Monsterverse Godzilla. I also just love the new design, and I like seeing it next to the old one because I like looking at the differences. It's very nice just to see this evolution. It's magnificent, but also kind of crazy because I mean, he went from having these thick thighs to slim legs, but yet here these two figures aren't next to each other. He does come with an accessory, and that would be the Heat Ray. So it isn't the same sculpt as the last Heat Ray, which I'm happy they didn't reuse it. As you can see, Playmates is clearly stepping up their game, and I do like the blue they used. It's a nice dark blue. It almost looks like water. It's just very nice translucency going on here. It looks amazing. it is beautiful. Here it is next to the old Heat Ray. As you can see, they're very clearly different shades of blue, and it's a very much different sculpt, as you can see. So yeah, there's those guys next to each other. And here is the Frostbite Blast, looking very nice. Also, it's a different shade of blue too. And I think you guys can see it on camera, but the way the light goes through the Heat Ray just looks so good. It looks so energetic. I love that. And then here is the new Heat Ray that Godzilla will have. So to put it in his mouth, it's basically the same thing as last time, or basically the same thing as the current wave. The peg, you just put it on the roof of Godzilla's mouth, and there you go. There, basically it sticks very nice. He doesn't have the side blasts like the evolved Godzilla, but it still stays on pretty nice, and it's a pretty cool action figure. And if you're wondering, the radio tower does fit in his hands, so if you want to make him carry that, you can. Oh yeah. So he is 6 inches tall, and here are some size comparisons with some of the Godzilla vs. Kong figures. Basically the same figure, different pose, but at least they made a few things different, like the paint apps and the Heat Ray. Here he is with the rest of the new Empire line. Looks very nice, although I don't think it'd be the one you'd be hunting after. He's probably like an afterthought, because you want all the new designs, all the new characters. At least that's how I personally feel about this figure. And then here he is next to some Monsterverse and Haya. Overall, he is a really great figure. He's a very nice action figure. He moves very well, looks great, and the Heat Ray does stay on, and it just looks so nice. He's a very nice action figure to have, especially for the kids. But if you are a adult collector, or if you're fine with the Godzilla from the last line, then you don't really need this one. I'd argue the GVK one is slightly better because of the translucent spines. So really, if you want, you could skip this one unless you really need it, or unless you really want the new atomic breath he comes with. So depending on the way you see this, you're either gonna want it or you can just skip it. But it's up to you. If you want to get it, go for it. If you don't want it because you're fine with the one you already have, then you can just skip this guy. Overall, he is a really good figure. So if you don't have a Godzilla, he's not a bad one to get. He's very fun, very great, looks awesome, and moves awesome. I highly recommend picking him up if you don't have a Godzilla. But if you have one, then you could just skip this guy. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.